When we rolled up the hilltop road to our new home, the sight was pure serenity. The tall grass swayed like ocean waves, and the old craftsman house, solid, weathered, untouched for years, stood as if it had been waiting for us. My wife, Jenna, flashed her hopeful smile, the one she always gives when we embark on something new. Our daughter, Emma, in the back seat, shouted, "Dibs on the attic room," before we'd even parked. It felt like a moment we'd carry forever. The house was my late Uncle Walt's, left to me, his favorite nephew. The property was a sprawling 2-acre paradise, free from any HOA's grip. I'd triple-checked the county zoning maps, ran the title search twice, and even called the recorder's office. No dues, no violations, no committees dictating my front door's color. We started unloading the U-Haul at noon, the dry air sharp under a blazing sun. I hauled boxes while Jenna organized inside, and Emma tore through the dusty backyard like she'd lived there her whole life. Everything felt right, until a white Audi with blacked-out windows cruised up our gravel drive like it owned the place. Out stepped Karen, a 30-something HOA president in a pale blue blazer, heels clicking, hair screaming weekly salon visits. 2 men in matching Eagle Point Cliffs HOA polo shirts flanked her. "You can't be here without clearance," Karen snapped, her voice already dripping with annoyance. I wiped my hands on my jeans and approached. "I'm Ethan Carter, and I live here. This lot isn't part of any HOA. County records, deed, title, all clear." Karen's frown deepened. That was true until 2 years ago. We updated our boundaries. "This parcel's under our jurisdiction now. Moving in without approval is a violation." I almost laughed. "You can't just redraw property lines like it's a board game." Her scowl tightened. "We'll need to inspect the premises and issue a stay order," one of her polo shirt goons said. "You're trespassing," I shot back. Karen's eyes narrowed. "I'll call the police." I smiled, not amused but exhausted by her theatrics. "Go ahead." As I turned back to my boxes, I heard her mutter, "He'll regret defying Eagle Point." I didn't know then how far she'd go to prove her point. The next morning, Karen made good on her threat. We were eating breakfast, Emma drowning pancakes in syrup, Jenna scrolling her to-do list, when the doorbell blared like a siren. Outside were 2 police cruisers, 3 officers, and Karen, smug beside her Audi. "Mr. Carter," an officer with mirrored sunglasses said, sounding like he'd rather be anywhere else, "we got a call about unlawful occupancy." Karen chimed in, loud for effect, "This man's trespassing in a protected HOA zone. No paperwork, and he's blocking access roads with moving trucks." I raised an eyebrow. "Access roads? This is my driveway." I handed the officer my folder. Title deed, probate transfer, zoning confirmation, tax parcel map with the lot number circled. He flipped through it, unimpressed by Karen's glossy binder of updated jurisdiction maps. "Looks legit," he said. Karen's face soured. "You're not issuing a removal notice?" The second officer cut in. "He owns the property, ma'am. False reports could get you in trouble." Karen's forced smile barely hid her fury. As she stormed off, I caught her muttering, "We'll see how long he lasts." The officer's parting advice, "Keep records," felt like a warning. That evening, I spotted Liam, one of Karen's HOA lackeys, lingering by the streetlight. He raised his hands, nervous. "I'm not here to fight. Watch your back. Karen's got strings pulled in the county. That zoning map, it's fake. She blackmailed Inspector Goddard to sign off on it." I stared. "Why tell me?" He glanced around. "This isn't what I signed up for. Keep your documents tight. She'll come for you again." He vanished into the dusk, leaving me wondering what kind of person forges maps to control a neighborhood. The next morning, silence woke me, not the peaceful kind, but a heavy, unnatural stillness. I opened the front door to find 2 massive concrete barriers blocking our driveway, spray-painted with "No trespassing. HOA access only." Jenna exhaled sharply behind me. She actually did it. Emma peeked out, confused. "Declared war," I muttered. A tow company hauled the barriers away after signing liability waivers, grumbling about neighborhood disputes. Then I noticed laminated signs zip-tied to our trees, "Temporary Community Oversight Zone. Violators fined." HOA letterhead, pure fiction. At the mailbox, it got worse. It was empty, no bills, no mortgage statements, no school packet for Emma. The post office admitted my mail had been rerouted to the HOA office without my request. I installed a trail cam and GPS trackers on the mailbox, feeling paranoid but justified. That afternoon, Karen escalated again. Emma caught her on video berating an Amazon driver, blocking our gate, and shouting, "This house isn't a recognized delivery point." Emma, crouched behind a porch column, filmed it all, Karen's rage, her binder waving, the works. That night, we uploaded it to Emma's TikTok under HOA Vault. Karen tries to ban deliveries to my house. Hashtag no more HOA. By morning, it had 500,000 views. By evening, 3 million. News outlets DM'd Emma. Reddit threads exploded. Memes flooded in, Karen's face on a medieval queen screaming, "You shall not park." Hashtags like hashtag HOA Hell and hashtag Karen Castle trended. Liam met me in a hardware store parking lot, hoodie up, handing me a USB drive. HOA meeting recordings. Karen called you a threat to the social fabric. She wants you pushed out. I asked why he was helping. She screamed at a delivery driver on TikTok. That's too far. The recordings were damning, Karen plotting to bury me in violations. But she wasn't done. At dawn, chainsaws woke us. Workers in neon vests roamed our yard, sawing our lilac hedge, yanking garden lights, and reviewing blueprints labeled Eagle Point Improvement Team. I yelled, "You're trespassing." The clipboard guy shrugged. HOA renovation order. Mrs. Darrow says this is under emergency oversight. Then Karen arrived, smug in sunglasses. "We're painting your porch light gray, installing compliant turf, and adding a picket fence. You're welcome." I laughed, stunned. This is criminal. She handed me a fake notice suspending my occupancy rights. I tore it in half. "You'll pay for this." The police arrived, stopped the workers, and photographed the damage, ruined hedges, broken lights, a flattened gazebo. Jenna cried in the kitchen. Emma stared, pale. Our yard was a war zone. This wasn't about boundaries anymore. It was war. I hired Mark Feldman, a 6 feet 4 inches ex-prosecutor who didn't mess around. "She forged a zoning map," he asked, flipping through my evidence. "That's tampering, mail fraud, trespassing, a felony buffet." We filed a lawsuit against Karen and the HOA, property sabotage, mail tampering, illegal surveillance, unauthorized demolition, fraudulent claims. 70 pages of evidence, Liam's affidavit, and subpoenaed HOA emails painted a picture of Karen's arrogance. One email read, "Make it so miserable he begs to leave." A voice memo captured her saying, "If the law won't handle him, we'll bury him in violations." Court day was electric. The room buzzed with press, neighbors, and a few HOA loyalists. Emma sat with Jenna, gripping her hand. Karen strutted in, white suit and sunglasses, smirking until Mark dismantled her. He presented airtight property records, a county surveyor's testimony debunking the fake map, and Inspector Goddard's confession, he'd signed off under Karen's blackmail. The audio clip of Karen's venomous rant drew gasps. Financial damage reports, ruined landscaping, cancelled deliveries, a wrecked septic system, sealed it. Jenna cried during the destruction video. The judge took 20 minutes to deliver a crushing verdict, Karen guilty of fraud, property destruction, mail tampering, conspiracy, and more. The HOA faced receivership. We won $1,200,000 in damages. Karen was cuffed, jaw tight, already plotting her next move. Reconstruction began fast. Insurance covered new hedges, a stronger gazebo, painted Emma's choice, ocean blue, and a new septic system. Liam, now free of the HOA, helped rewrite its charter, stripping absurd rules. Neighbors left notes and wine, thanking us for standing up. Karen's financial dealings sparked a state investigation, unexplained, community, expenses like private lunches. A psych eval revealed her obsessive control stemmed from losing her son in a hit-and-run in an unregulated neighborhood. It didn't excuse her, but it explained her. Emma's TikTok became a platform for exposing HOA absurdities, hitting 300,000 followers. Our gate now reads, private property. No HOA, no bullshit. Jenna called it excessive, I called it therapy. Tonight, we're hosting a barbecue, ribs, music, real neighbors. Emma's toasting marshmallows, Jenna's leaning on my shoulder, and the gates locked, not to keep people out, but to remind us what we fought for. Home.